This subject is technically an esoteric subject. Anything to do with the chakras, when you're reading any of the books, is garbled. It's a mismatch. Nothing can be read verbatim that's truthful except for the simple overriding facts. On the whole, this book, Foundations of Tibetan Mysticism, has got a good section on chakras, the basic Hindu diagram here on page 144 to 5 as a reference, and all the background information and how it integrates with the Buddhist system. Why it's garbled is because it's dangerous. The most dangerous of all the topics that one can talk about. One cannot reveal this information out to a public that's madly intent on such things as sex yoga, developing of siddhis or psychic powers, and all the other things that people really want to do with chakras. We're not interested in making a lot of black magicians. Therefore, and also the karma of it all is the karma of the person that's given the information. No enlightened being would ever dream of revealing sacred information of this nature in books, even in the tantras. Everything has been twisted according to a certain law, so that it cannot be read and followed and practiced the way it is written in the books, to produce anything that relates to what the objective of that tantra or that yoga is. It doesn't matter whether it's hatha yoga, sort of uttara tantra yoga, adi yoga, kuṇḍalinī yoga, but it's the way it is. The only ones that will reveal information of this nature openly are the black magicians, because they want converts, and they know what their converts desire most: psychic power. And we, specifically of the Buddhist faith, are not interested in psychic power. We're interested in developing wisdom, love, bodhicitta, not demonstration of powers that can bemuse, bewilder and manipulate other people. It's all related to the subject of kuṇḍalinī. Kuṇḍalinī burns and destroys the foolish, liberates the wise. This fire goes to the line of least resistance. And the line of least resistance generally is your sexual area. And go up your spinal column and burn out aspects of your liver, your kidneys, your eyes, your brain. Our lunatic asylums basically are filled up with people who've practiced yoga wrongly from past lives, or yoga meditation. We don't need to fill hospitals either with people that are suffering from diseases because aspects of their psychic constitution have been burnt out, or their pathways to their kidney, for instance, have been opened up, that allows all energies and muck to end in there. Psychosomatic illnesses, sickness, diseases. These are the consequences of wrong yogic practices. Tampering with chakras. Those that give you courses of chakra balancing and chakra healing and all of those wonderful arcane subjects in the New Age, they are ignorant of the law. They are ignorant of the chakras. They can't go to books and just get the information. And no one will give them the information until they've passed lots and lots of testings of purity and love on the way. The chakras, anyway, awaken or liberate the energies of themselves through a path of purity, a path of dedication to the plan. It's not for nothing that yogis in the past secluded themselves in monasteries, in caves, in forests, far away from human beings, for 20 years sometimes, cleansing themselves, working upon this particular art. They need psychic purity. They have to control their voice. They have to do right visualizations. It's a long, proper process. Sometimes I've likened this awakening of powers through the chakras as giving matches to a child in a cracker factory or a gunpowder factory or whatever, and just waiting for the results. They're inevitable. Fortunately, the stupidity of what's written in most books on the chakras is what safeguards virtually everyone that's involved in trying to awaken their powers through those means. That's the way it is designed, and I'm very thankful that the books are so ignorantly perceived and so bad information is presented. One can be horrified to see the colours, even though the portrayal of the number of petals, 8 petals for the heart when there's really 12 and so forth. The Nadis, they say 72,000, when it is not correct. It does have a relationship to the chakras, but the real number is 96 and so forth. All of you understand some of this problem of premature awakening of psychic powers. For many it's a glamour. They like the idea of being seers, they like the idea of being able to tell other people their fortunes, see the future. They like the idea of being able to tell them about their aura and about their soul and about this or that Pleiadian or whatever that's overshadowing them. Most of it is coming from sources they have no conception of, and coming from dark sources as well. They have no real control of their powers. Psychicism, psychic powers is a great glamour in the West, and I know also in the East. We eschew psychics. For us, these people have sicknesses and diseases that need to be fixed up. For them it's a great glamour, a power to be shown to the world. For us, all we can see, there's a case of somebody that's going to manifest strong psychic or physiological ailments that they can't control. The whole physical body is controlled by the energies that flow through the chakras. The endocrine glands in the body, they secrete all the hormones that cause your emotional moods, that cause the various stages of growth in human beings. Now, you understand that if the energy that flows through those main chakras find the endocrine glands as their externalizations. So whatever energy is going through the chakra produces the corresponding energization or effect in the endocrine gland. And you're tampering with the energies going through the chakra. And then suddenly your sex hormones will go crazy because you're dealing with the sacral center. Your thyroid gland will run amok. And when you're looking at the 22 minor chakras, then the externalizations, for instance, of the right eye center is your right eye. Your liver center is the liver. The stomach center is your stomach. Then you get others such are responsible for the energization of such things as your spleen, your pancreas, your generative organ. This is the basis behind what I was getting to when I said the medical wards, our lunatic asylums, filled up with the people who've been practicing wrong yogic practices in past lives through ignorance. They stimulate through the force of their will and strong desire one out of these minor chakras. The energy goes through the line of least resistance. It blasts open a path to one of those organs, and the organ then goes haywire. Later on, you have this acute stomach pain, this uncontrollable stomach complaint or liver or something like that. That, nowadays, they cut out of the body with the scalpel and patch you up or give you a liver transplant or something like that. It's not just through abuse of the chakras that this happens. Of course, it's also physiological abuse through wrong emotional exuberance, bad diets, and so forth. But the physical body is an automaton. It's not the real. It automatically responds to the energy that manifests through it. You can poison your physical body quite consciously. You can partly poison it. You can drug it out. Right? You can do all sorts of things, but whatever you put into it, whether it's a poison, whether it's a drug, it's an energy vector, and it causes the effect upon your physical body according to the nature of the type of energy it has stored within it. So the physical body, what underlies the physical body and causes it to grow is what we call the Nadi System, the energy body. The body of prana, pranamaya kosha in the Sanskrit terminology, the body kosha, or the illusional body kosha of prana. And prana is the type of energy that you get from the environment, from the food you eat, from the air you breathe, from your mental, emotional and physiological interrelationships with each other. There's 5 different types of prana. And each of the different types of prana are related to one of the 5 alchemical elements. So these 5 main groupings of chakras I've mentioned before, each relate to the transmission of one of these elements. And the solar plexus, the Manipura, is mainly responsible for digestion, if you want, or the control, redistribution in the body of people's emotional mental interrelationships. The externalization of the solar plexus center, of course, is the solar plexus ganglion, but the subsidiary chakras are the minor chakras, all minor chakras, wherever they, the liver, the heart, the liver, the diaphragm, the stomach, the genital chakras and so forth, they all lead to the solar plexus. They all deal with emotional mental energies. All roads lead to Rome, all pranas lead to the solar plexus. They have to be distributed there. So, great warnings. There's only one way to awaken chakras, and it's the way hierarchy, the Lodge of Masters, educates their disciples. And that's the process of slow mastery of all aspects of their personality, their physical body, their emotions, their mind. But above all, they must develop the heart. They must awaken bodhicitta. Only through the awakened heart can your chakras safely unfold. They unfold naturally.